Hey, you guys, this is Rashawn Ellis for News, Views, and Conversations. Just popping in today. Hope you guys had a beautiful Valentine's Day. I did. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I just want to pop in and go over the highlights of all this Jay-Z debauchery. I'm getting information and news from everywhere, but I do my scouring. I sit back, I listen to what everybody got to say, and then I come back with my little 2 cents on what I think, and I bring it to you guys. So I have missed about a good week or two, but I'm always sitting back listening. So even when I'm not here, I'm sitting back listening, getting everything, to bring to you guys, trying to see which points I want to hit on because it's so much. I will say, just from what I've seen so far of the Epstein files, it's very overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. It's a lot to take in. And I think the thing that really gets me is we're seeing the entertainment world, the government world collide. For me, myself, I've always figured, and like I said before, when people say conspiracy theory, I'm like, no, something took place, something happened, someone saw something, someone did something, and here we are. But it's been covered for so long. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But anyway, I want to hit on the Nicki Minaj situation around the Grammys. Of course, they made fun of her because, of course, she sided with Trump and his foolishness as well, for reasons that we're all believing for her brother and her husband. So I think the thing that's so confusing is, how can you say that Jay-Z is a pedophile and you have now run to a pedophile for help, protection, power, whatever this is about, but your husband and your brother is? It's hypocrisy on all levels from what we're looking at. So I just wanted to read you a little bit of what she had to say. Um, right after the Grammys. Nicki Minaj unleashes on Jay-Z after getting roasted at the Grammys. So they lit into her, of course. Everybody is like trying to get her deported, get her up out of here, you name it. It's a whole bunch going on. So during the Grammy Awards, Trevor Noah made fun of Nicki Minaj for her recent support of Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Nicki Minaj went off on Jay-Z in a pair of posts on X, which was Twitter at the time. And this was on that Sunday night after Trevor Noah poked fun of her while hosting the Grammy Awards. In doing so, Minaj shared pictures of the legendary rapper Jay-Z with Aaliyah and Beyonce in 1996 and 92. Over the images, she shared the ages of all three artists. She says, Nicki Minaj says, are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? Minaj began her tirade. If you ever vote Democrat again, you just you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story times. Since I was trying not to say what I know, yet they continue to attempt to bullying. Also, I won't be releasing an album until my contract is renegotiated and until I tell you about all the sabotage this Rico is finding out about Billboard. As I said before, what's confusing to me is, if you've known this all this time, why are you just now saying something? I mean, I get it, they're now naming Jay Z to be in the Epstein files, but it's just so contradictory to me because it's like, if you knew this, why are you just now saying something? And now that you are battling with him for finances, renegotiating your contract, whatever this is all about, um, why are you just now saying something about it? You should have been said something. And as I said before, it's so hypocritical because it looks like everybody's involved. Whether she's, I guess, of course, she's not in the Epstein files, but you're hanging around the people that are. So how do you run from one power structure to the other for protection, power, whatever it is that you're trying to get your husband, your brother off for the same exact thing. It does not make sense to me. So they say, she says, sharing another picture of Jay-Z and Aaliyah, Minaj wrote, "What in the F?" She dropped the F bomb and she put child predator. And then they say fans came to Jay-Z's defense in the replies to Minaj's post by labeling her hypocritical. Exactly what I'm talking about. This is so hypocritical. The pot calling the kettle black. How can you talk about him and you have the same family associations yourself? Now, maybe they weren't as big as what Jay-Z and Trump are on, but it's still pedophilia. PDF files, we like to call it. It's the same thing. Maybe the low level, and what he's been doing is the high level, but it's hypocritical. Someone says what I just said. Didn't you marry a man who comes with a notification requirement? One user wrote, referencing Kenneth Petty's criminal history. Another brought up her association with Donald Trump, writing, "You were literally with a child predator a day ago. Can't call him outright." It's like I said before, entertainment and the government is colliding with the pedophilia. And it sounds like to me, a lot of people that have wanted to get on and they had to go through certain doors and be in certain rooms to get on. But the part that's confusing as well, they really didn't like Black females, from what I'm understanding. But, and this is just me, my thoughts only, maybe they were still able to maybe like lure particular women to them, which were white, from what I'm understanding. They didn't like Black females. So maybe they were able to still get what they wanted and they were still able to come together on what they were trying to get as far as this whole industry makeup of movies, music. That part that I just said is just my thoughts only. It's just really wild. Okay, so we got Nicki out of the way. Um, it's straight hypocritical where the space that she's coming from. Another thing I want to mention was because I go back and just look through the rabbit hole because I'm trying to like see the whole domino effect here. So first, R. Kelly is out. They got him gone. Right after Jay-Z and R. Kelly did the Best of Both World tours, trouble started happening. To down to him being threatened at the concerts that he was even having with him. So I'm thinking, and we still don't know what is this about. Why is this man getting all this time? But you got the rest of the pedophiles running around in government and in entertainment. What are they throwing him away on? I'm just, that part hasn't come out yet. We're still digging, trying to find that out. But first, you get rid of him. Then you get rid of Harvey Weinstein. Then Diddy, he gets got for now. Epstein supposedly is gone. Now that's starting to come back up. I'm starting to see a lot of stuff on social media with pictures saying, I think that he could be in Rome somewhere. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta go back and do some more research. This guy that's heavily bearded looks just like him. It could be AI. That's why I don't want to bring it to you yet because I gotta find out what are we really looking at here. But as far as we know, he's supposed to be deleted. There's questions about that too. My point in mentioning all four of those men's name, R. Kelly, Weinstein, Epstein, R. Kelly, Weinstein, Epstein, and Diddy. So it looks like to me, all four of those guys got out of the bag quick. They got let out of the bag quick. The cat got let out of the bag quick on them. Now, here is the rest of the tsunami. So you got people like Bill Gates being mentioned, Jay-Z finally being mentioned, uh, Beyonce has been mentioned, I believe. Rihanna has been mentioned. Uh, Pusha T from the Clips, and so many others. It's like, okay, dang, which part do you tackle first as far as mentioning like who is, coming out being mentioned in the Epstein files? So at this point, and based off of what Pam Bundy said the other day in her hearing before the Senate, she basically said if they expose the entire Epstein files, it could collapse the system. In my mind, and so many other people are saying, what are you waiting on? Crash it, crash it. Anytime we're finding out about not only young girls being violated, young women being violated, they're violating children. Going so far as to saying, and I'm hearing information as far as them actually uh, eating humans, possibly children, babies. And this stuff is like way beyond anything we've ever heard of, but it goes deeper. It goes deeper. I'm still taking in a lot of information. I will definitely come back with more as I get it, but I want to be careful as I mention it because it's a lot to pick through. I'm hearing information about Nephilim, that this is what a lot of these people could be as far as things that they've done throughout centuries, past time. But from what I'm understanding, it's happening now, which is why the Epstein files are so important. That means if they did it in past times, this is their thing, what they've always done, and it's never going to stop. So much so to where it could affect us now in the time that we live now as humans. So it may seem odd to other people, but it's not odd to them. And this is their way of life. It's deep. It's really deep. But I mean, I'm only speaking what I know, what I understand. Some things that I still have questions about, but I don't believe it's happenstance. I don't believe it's like, oh, people are just talking. I don't believe in the whole conspiracy theory thing. As I always say, and I've said it in several of my videos, something happened, someone saw something, someone did something, something went down for us to be where we are right now. And it's coming up every day. It's all over social media. It's whatever mainstream can talk about. They're bringing back some information, but they're not bringing back all the information. So that's where you have us YouTubers coming in and say, wait a minute, you left this part out and you left that part out. So that's my take on it thus far. Um, all I see is, and like I said earlier, I see two worlds colliding, government and entertainment. And that's the thing. These are just the faces that we see. From what I'm understanding, they've been chosen to represent, the culture, this part of entertainment, this part of the governmental world. But the people that are actually running it, we will never see them. We will never see them. They're pulling the strings. The rabbit hole goes very, the rabbit hole goes very deep. It goes very deep. So now I want to talk about DJ Vlad. Now he said some damning information, and now I'm hearing that he is recanting what he talked about. He's recanting what he said. Again, it involves Jay-Z. So first, let me just do this. Let me just read you what he said, and now he's taking it back. So this is DJ Vlad. Now, as you know, he does interview a lot of the celebrities. People kind of do really question him as far as, is he like, you know, the feds or something where he could be going back telling, what's really going on? I mean, hey, he got the interviews right there, them telling and talking about whatever they feel comfortable with. So, so now he's mentioning information about Jay-Z. So let me read you what he said, and after I read you what he said, then we're going to go to him recanting and saying the sarcasm. DJ Vlad. He says, I have a confession. Rock Nation has been paying me to support Megan the Stallion. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory, and they bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. They paid off Megan's doctor to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot, so she was never pop out. The LA police are all on Jay-Z's payroll. And it doesn't stop with LA, but you're not ready to hear that part. The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. The 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeals, all paid off by the rock mafia. Jay also paid Trump not to pardon Tory. Even though it's a state case, Trump can only pardon federal cases. But knowing Trump likes to bend the rules, Jay wasn't taking any chances. I can't keep these lies secret anymore. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me. Okay, the information I'm getting now is he's actually going back recanting and saying that this was just sarcasm. He was being sarcastic. The one thing I will say is this: are you trying to stir the pot? Because that's what it sounds like. Why would you mention something this damning of this magnitude? And we all know he's now been mentioned in the Epstein files. Why would you even mention this kind of information if it wasn't true? I've done maybe 2 or 3 shows on this, and I honestly don't believe that Tory did anything. I know the last that I heard, the bodyguard came forth and said that Megan's friend, she pow her in the foot. Now we're getting information from him saying that she was never pow in the foot, it was glass. So it's a lot of conflicting information. Again, like I said, why would you say this unless you're trying to stir the pot, unless it's something that you're trying to get done, and you know that this will pretty much get what you want? It's like a ransom almost without money, something you're dangling trying to get done because he's not playing ball or something. Because you would not put out this kind of information or even speak anything like this if it's not true. What is it that you want? This is for DJ Vlad. What is it that you want since you're talking like this? This is major information. And if it's not real information, what are you trying to stir up? That's what it sounds like. Like you're trying to stir some shit up. You're trying to get some shit going, but then you turn the fire back down if possibly you're going to get what you want. That's what it looks like to me. That's too much. And then he says, I'm seeing news reports that Kelsey's bodyguard, which is Megan's friend that was supposed to have powder in the foot. I'm seeing news reports that Kelsey's bodyguard came forward and said that Kelsey shot Megan, not Tory Lanez. The only problem is that Kelsey's bodyguard wasn't actually bodyguarding her the night of the shooting. His testimony is based on conversation he claimed he heard. 98% of the appeals fall through. This isn't going to overturn Tory's conviction. If this were actually true, Tory should have taken the stand and said it. Also, the story doesn't match up with the jail call of Tory apologizing to Kelsey. You're an idiot if you think that someone sitting in jail is going to apologize to the person who put them there. And why would the shooter even do a jail call when the person who is being charged with the crime? Yeah. So again, like I said, it's like you're stirring the pot, you're planting seeds of doubt to where no one will really know what to believe. We're all asking, why are you doing this? Why are you saying like some stuff that could really be damning, that could really, bring him up under the microscope, Jay-Z, even more so than what he already is. Anytime you're talking about jurors being paid off, the judge being involved, Jay-Z's supposed to be doing a song with the judge's son, all the commingling of playing buddy buddy to get a certain thing done so that you can keep this person in jail because they know the truth of what really happened. Like, why are you doing this? It makes no sense. And then to come back and say, that's not true. That didn't happen. Well, what is it? Okay, so I have the information for DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad affirms his Jay-Z, Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion tweet is sarcastic. DJ Vlad confirmed to Sneeko that he doesn't actually believe Jay-Z and Roc Nation manipulated Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion's shooting case. DJ Vlad has previously defended Tory Lanez conviction for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the face of folks claiming Jay-Z and Roc Nation manipulate the case in their own favor. His recent tweet mocking these conspiracy theories set the timeline on fire. He called Sneeko during his live stream. Vlad explained that his tweet claiming that the Rock paid him off, which is Roc Nation, was completely sarcastic, even if many folks didn't take it that way. I feel like he's stirring the pot. It's like dangling severe information to the point where if he needs to nail him at any point, he can. That's what it sounds like to me. That's just what I'm vibing from this whole thing. Because if you're coming back saying it's sarcasm, what is it? What are your reasons for doing so? People just do not know sarcasm, do they? This is DJ Vlad. People just do not know sarcasm, do they? He expressed, as caught by the neighborhood talk on Instagram. Sarcasm really just goes over people's heads. It really surprises me. Of course, I'm trolling, man. Jay did a verse on the judge's grandson's album. He laughs. How is this not obvious? Tory was convicted by 12 jurors and appeal has been denied. Look at the end of the day. We don't exactly know what happened, Vlad went on. But when you shoot a woman and she's willing to take the stand and say, that person shot me, that is very hard to get over. If he really didn't shoot her, then he should have taken the stand and said that. All the pieces all the pieces. He's talking to Kelsey Harris over the jail phone and apologizing to her. If she's the shooter, how are you going to be in jail and apologize to the person who put you there? Forced his hands? No, he was in jail. DJ Vlad went on to combat Sneeko's references to conspiracy theories about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, such as old claims from Kelsey's bodyguard, appeal efforts, forensic reports about glass, and the notion that the gun fell to the floor and fired by itself twice. He pointed to Lane's changes in the story throughout the trial and appeal process, appeal denials, and a doctor's testimony about bullet fragments. Also, Vlad defended Megan Thee Stallion, lying in an interview about topics not directly related to the shooting because that setting is very different to a witness stand in court. His tweet about Roc Nation also mocked inconclusive connections between Jay-Z and Jeffrey Epstein. We will see if he has anything else to say about this. So again, it's almost like two nails in a coffin. Nicki, she's hitting what she's hitting as far as, he's a pedophile, he's tied to the Epstein case. And then here he comes bringing up old shit, talking about, oh, wait a minute, he's involved in the Tory Lanez case as well. It's like someone coming at him from two different angles. Nicki's coming at him from the angle coming at to hit at him, and DJ Vlad coming at another angle to hit at him as well. So all I can say is I don't know what else is going to happen as far as him being over the NFL halftime shows. Whatever it is, at this point I really honestly think it's too far gone to even tread lightly. So there's no telling what may come out next. But I just feel like outside of what Nicki Minaj just did, what she had to say, and exposing him as a pedophile and what he's been a part of, she's saying what she's saying, and now here he comes. And so this might be the beginning of the rest of the floodgates that are about to happen. Because I heard early on when she made the statement that she made about, him being a pedophile, the Epstein files, I heard that he had left. But of course, we saw him at the Super Bowl where Bad Bunny performed. So it's a lot going on here. As I always say on these types of topics, stay tuned. There's definitely more to come. This is just the beginning of the rest of the beginning. I mean, we keep finding out new information each week about what's going on. So a lot of times I sit back, like I said, I sit back and I wait before I come back because this is a lot to thumb through. Just from the pictures I've seen, what's all being said, the fact that Pam Bundy actually said that if they release everything, it will collapse the system. So that tells you It don't matter about Democrat or Republican. These people are doing what they're doing, and it's all coming to the surface. And oh, these are the people that we're paying our tax dollars, and we're paying these people to work for us, and this is what they're doing when they get in office. It sounds like to me, the regular people need to be running things, not them, because they are definitely something that cannot be over mankind, regular humans. We choose our words carefully as best as we can, but this is some strange shiznick. But it's all coming out to show us they are not who they are cracked up to be. They own some other stuff. So again, I just want to pop in and give my 2 cents on what I've been taking in. Yeah, it's a lot. I will try to come back with some more Epstein information. Hopefully, the next time I come back, I'll actually have documents to thumb through. I will not probably be doing all of it, but I'll be doing as much as I can to give you the gist. And I'm thinking you probably tune into other channels as well, just as I have, as far as the delicate pieces of everything that we've been hearing from children to young women. I've even heard Kid Rock's statement saying they don't wait till they turn 18, they wait till they hit puberty, which is beyond disgusting to me. There's no way a child is prepared mentally for that at 13 and 14 years old or younger. So it just lets you know what kind of despicable people that we're dealing with here. This is garbage, trash at the top level. That's how it makes me feel. These people are trash at the top level, and then they're walking around as if there's someone special and they're not. So just wanted to pop in and give my take on the DJ Vlad comments and the Nicki Minaj comments. I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, we're going to be here for a minute. That's what I always say when I come back with these topics. We're going down a rabbit hole on this one for a very long time. Even when he's out of office, Trump, we're going to be here for a while. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one.
Nicki Minaj just went completely berserk on Jay-Z, and she's shocking the internet. Fresh off her appearance with Trump and a viral war with Don Lemon, Nicki is now calling out Jay-Z by name after those recent Epstein files started circulating. What she just claimed is completely unexpected, not because of the allegations themselves, but because Nicki is actually willing to say it out loud. After decades in the industry alongside these people, the question is, why is she breaking the code now? And more importantly, is these comments against Jay-Z connected to the new Epstein files? For the last few days, Nicki Minaj has been trending for all sorts of reasons. First, she showed up to a Turning Point USA event where she was seen on stage hanging out with Erica Kirk. This seemed to be the pre-game for the next move, which was appearing next to the President of the United States himself. Just a few days back, Nicki showed up to show support for Trump and speak to the MAGA fanbase. This ended up sparking massive backlash online as her fans saw this as a sellout moment. But right as the tension was building and people were really starting to turn on Nicki, she took it there and accused Jay-Z of doing some of the most heinous things imaginable. Now obviously, if you follow this channel, you know that for years, I have been exposing the music industry's deeply dark hidden side, revealing the darkness that lies at the root of the industry. I say that because I believe everything Nicki said about Jay-Z is true. But I have some issues with Nicki saying this, and I will get more into that later. First, let's get into the tweets themselves and break down exactly what Nicki is talking about and why I believe she's actually correct about the things she's saying. In the recent tweets Nicki aimed at Jay-Z, she accused him of not only being into them young, but being a part of the secret societies that control the industry. She went as far as to accuse Jay-Z of allegedly participating in ritual sacrifices. Let's start with the tweet she made about Jay-Z and him being interested in young girls, which is what likely got him on the list in the first place. Nicki Minaj retweeted this tweet with the caption "True or False." She was referring to the allegations the person was making on the tweet about Jay-Z. The tweet read, "Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her virginity. He was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, or 17, and he was 26, 27, or 28. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when she was 18 or 19, and he was 30. Jay-Z signed Rihanna at 16, and she said in an interview that she was flown to meet Jay-Z, who wouldn't let her leave until she signed the contract and locked her in the office until 3 a.m. After Nicki retweeted this, she went on to make another tweet going even harder at Jay. She said, "Imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have his head on a platter. The guy was hugging on teens in broad daylight." She then tweeted out a photo of Jay-Z holding hands with a very young Aaliyah. Jay-Z was literally on top of her, and he was in his 20s at the time, while Aaliyah was 16 or 17. Now honestly, I wasn't expecting to see Nicki call this out. These are things I have been pointing out for years. At this point, it's pretty much well known that Jay-Z likes girls that are much younger than him. He literally married Beyonce after he started dating her when she was still a teen as well. In fact, I even interviewed Rihanna's former publicist, Jonathan Hay, who alleged that Jay-Z was hooking up with Rihanna when he first signed her at 16.
At any moment, did you personally feel that they could have had something going on? Jay-Z and Rihanna?
Definitely.
You can say allegedly. Okay, allegedly, definitely.
Not allegedly.
Okay, definitely.
On top of this, everyone in the industry knows the story about Foxy Brown. Nick Cannon literally grilled Dame Dash for Jay-Z allegedly dating Foxy when she was 15 or 16.
Was Foxy Brown's son.
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
But that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I'm
just asking a question. Insinuating.
I'm not insinuating, I just had a question.
I
I thought Foxy was like 16, that's all I'm saying.
when you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just?
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Now think about it. Jay-Z was accused of doing stuff with the 13-year-old a few years back. Now in the Epstein files, he is being called an urban gatekeeper who was put in place to keep the urban community under control. He was literally being accused of being in a room where a victim suffered. Now if you thought this was bad already, wait until you hear what Nicki said about Jay-Z and the satanic industry rituals. In this recent Twitter rant, Nicki claimed that Jay-Z is participating in sacrifice rituals, literally accusing him of making offerings to evil gods. She said in the tweet, "Are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story times, since I was trying to not say what I know, yet they continue to attempt to bullying." She then followed up this tweet by saying, "Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and harm them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up." She then continued by taking aim at the ritual that was taking place at the Grammy Awards that night. She said, "As they do their rituals tonight, God Almighty would reveal himself to them. The rituals will backfire on them. God will not be mocked. Blessed is the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned and put to shame. Watch." In these tweets, Nicki was calling Jay-Z and other artists in the industry satanic. She claims that Jay-Z is a part of a satanic cult. Now, as crazy as this sounds, I have shown plenty of evidence over the years that suggests she isn't lying. See, Jay-Z has been incorporating plenty of occult imagery into his music for years. He literally branded himself with occult imagery, from his label name down to his signature hand sign. He also showed his ties to infamous occultist Aleister Crowley back in his Run This Town music video. Aleister Crowley is seen as the most famous Satanist, and Jay-Z praised him. In the behind-the-scenes interview for the Run This Town video, Jay-Z was seen wearing a hoodie with Aleister Crowley's main slogan, "Do what thou wilt." Right on Jay-Z's sweater, you can see the phrase. Aleister Crowley was known for performing all kinds of twisted rituals that sometimes even involved children. The fact that Jay-Z is willing to show a man like Crowley praise tells you everything you need to know. I don't think Nicki is lying when she made these claims about Jay. These are the same things I have been saying for years. Now the question you might have is, why is Nicki saying all of this right now? Well, according to her, it's because Roc Nation is trying to destroy her. She tweeted, "They sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about abuse that I suffered. They've been trying to stall all my projects in hopes I lose a bunch of money and beg them for help. The destruction that's about to come down on them isn't funny. I told y'all to leave me alone. Now you'll understand why you should have just sat there and taken your meds." Now Nicki claims she's doing this because she's had enough and is now defending herself against Roc Nation. But is this really the reason she's saying all of this? To find the truth, we have to examine the timing of all of this. If you saw my last video that I posted yesterday regarding the recent Epstein files released, then you would know I pointed to Jay-Z being one of the scapegoats used to feed the people about the Epstein files. It's not a coincidence that Jay-Z's name were in the Epstein files, and now Nicki is calling him a satanic PDF file. Obviously, this all connects back to her connection to Donald Trump. Now, those of you who watch my channel know how I feel about politics and about the left and the right. I think they're all puppets and it doesn't matter which side you play on. I don't think it's random that Nicki is calling Jay-Z a satanic PDF file after the Epstein files said the exact same thing. I also don't think it's random that Nicki is supporting Trump either, another man who was accused of some very dark things in these recent Epstein files. I'm actually working on a Patreon diving into those allegations that would be dropping in the next few days. If you're one of my members, you can expect that soon. Nicki is being used to further push the narrative that the Epstein files painted, in order to keep all the attention on Jay-Z and off the big fish they were protecting. This is how they redirect the conversation to stay on the scapegoats. That's why they have Nicki Minaj saying this. While I believe Nicki is right about Jay-Z, that doesn't change the fact that Nicki herself is a sellout like all the rest. Unfortunately, Nicki is the wrong person to call out Jay-Z when she herself is guilty of the same things. Honestly, before she called out Jay, she should have called out Birdman and all the weird things he allegedly did to Lil Wayne when he was a kid. Remember, there was literally pictures of Birdman making out with Lil Wayne. Wayne also said that Birdman paid for a girl to take his virginity when he was a preteen, all while he sat there and watched it go down. If she's calling out satanic rappers, why doesn't she call out Lil Wayne or Drake, who used the same occult imagery as Jay-Z and all the other sellouts? Better yet, why doesn't she speak about herself? She has used the same imagery she's calling Jay-Z out for. Nicki has music videos like this one where she is literally in hell depicting herself as a demon. It's crazy that Nicki called out the occult rituals at the award shows, forgetting that she too did a ritual at an award show, literally pretended to be demonically possessed while floating on stage. But that's not even the worst of it. It's crazy to see Nicki claiming Jay-Z likes them young, while her own brother is literally in prison for liking them young and doing very bad things to them. Also, her husband is accused of some messed up things as well. Yet, she defends both her brother and her husband. Nicki calling out Jay-Z is great, but it doesn't erase the fact that she is a puppet too. She is literally showing us that right now. Obviously, this MAGA Nicki move was all planned out. The elite are doing what they always do, using their puppets to control the masses. By Nicki showing up next to Trump, she's showing us she's sold out too. She is just a puppet of the system. Right now, she is being used to push whatever narrative they need her to push. Once her job is done, she will get her prize like a good little puppet. Don't be surprised if Nicki's brother ends up receiving a pardon from Trump after this. The fact that Nicki is talking about don't vote left is a big tell. Both sides are exactly the same. They're both guilty as can be in my eyes. If Nicki is telling you to pick a side, she is being used by the system and being paid by the system. So yes, in my opinion, Nicki is right, but all the same things could be said about her. It's a nasty game being played right now. Don't fall for it. Make sure you keep yourself out of the trap.